and welcome to Off. This is a game I've seen a lot about on Tumblr, but haven't really seen that many videos of it. So I decided, if I'm gonna play it, why not record it? And I figure some people would want to see that, maybe. So, yeah, it's an RPG Maker game. It was originally in French, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we're gonna start. Let's see. If this text is too hard to is hard to read, please exit the game and install the font files in the games folder. I already did that. I'm good. Caution: it is possible that certain scenes in this game are shocking to an unwarned public, or maybe not. The musical pieces and sound effects of Off, created by alias Conrad Coldwood, are an important part of the game. It would be a shame to play without them. Okay. Enter my name. Okay. I'm Laurie. Your name is Laurie, correct? Yes. I am a girl. Alright. Welcome, Laurie. You have been assigned to a being called the Batter. Okay. The Batter is has an important mission. Be sure that it's accomplished. We will let you out in Zone 0. Good luck. For information, find the one called the Judge. Right. Okay. To move my body, use the arrow keys on your keyboard. To interact with the environment, use the spacebar or the enter key. Okay. Zone 0. Cool. That's a cat. That's a horrifying looking thing. Look at that guy. Okay. There cannot be any other living beings in Zone 0, so I must assume that you are only a mere figment of my imagination. Nevertheless, I will introduce myself. I am the Judge, and I am aching to know your name, dear illusory interlocutor. Look at that guy. I am the Batter. I've been assigned to a sacred mission. Okay? It is a pleasure. However, it is not the puppet I was addressing, but the puppeteer controlling it. What is your name, dear puppeteer? Her name is Laurie. She can't talk to us. Wait. Okay. I mean, I can. Hi, what's up? However, she can hear and see everything. Even though you two are but an inexistent apparition in my eyes, let it be said that I am delighted to meet you as well, dear Laurie. I believe we're in need of your services. Many people are in need of my services, you know. Everybody loves cats. Yeah, I like cats, but not horrifying cats. We rub ourselves against their legs and purr in the most insistent manner. They adore that. I'm not talking about that kind of help. I see, but what sort of service could I offer to an ectoplasmic entity? I have a sacred mission to fulfill. I must purify the world. There is no objective more laudable... is it laudable? I don't know. Than yours. I accept to serve you as a guide through this area, if it is of any help to you. Thanks. Goodbye, guy. Right. Is this a treasure chest? A luck ticket has been found. Okay. It's impossible to get around this obstacle. It's impossible to... Okay, fine. 448287C. Quite peculiar. Hello. Allow me to confess that I find you quite tangible for a phantasmagorical being. Might you be, in fact, a creature of flesh and blood? I think so, yes. I have been mistaken from the beginning. You did not even interrupt me in my deluded phantasms. This is relatively bizarre, I must say, for you are the first living being I was given a chance to encounter in this lieu. I had, in fact, concluded that Zone 0 was an empty land. Obviously, I was misled. However, there exist other zones, and in those territories, the risk of hostile individuals attacking you in the most violent manner is quite high. Your sacred mission will likely lead you into these lands. Would you like me to teach you the art of violent confrontation? Yeah. Okay. This here is the battle screen. As you can observe, you will find yourself placed to the right-hand side of the screen. Yep. Your opponent, however, in this case, yours truly, will be located on the left in the correct place for a single combat. At the beginning of the combat, you will be confronted with a choice. You have to decide whether to attack, auto, or flee. Attack naturally permits you to engage the fight in the classical fashion. If auto is your decision, the computer will make the strategic choices in your place, making you simply the spectator. Finally, flee, as its name indicates, is the option of the coward. I deport this alternative. But now is time for the offense. Choose attack, select the batter, then choose attack anew to off me with your bat. Do not utilize the auto function. The computer will not hold back, and I would take the risk of dying, taking my secrets with me to the grave. Okay. Batter, attack, horrifying cat guy. Excellent, dear sportive companion. You must consider the fact that the batters and the enemy's levels determine the impact of your assaults. It is possible that you or your adversaries could avoid the barrage of attacks that you will throw at each other with slyness. On occasion, your cast iron will get you a critical hit, which will cause teeth to fly in heaps. But let us move on. If you are willing to, you may have noticed that when you chose attack for the first time, after you selected the batter, a new window opened itself at the lower right-hand side of the screen. There, you have the choice between 4 new options. Attack leads to a soul strike against a likewise soul adversary. Competence permits you to use one of your special skills. Objects will grant you access to the items you are currently carrying. Finally, you have yet again the opportunity to flee, but remember, solely the batter is responsible for that option in his personal menu. How about trying to utilize an object? Take this luck ticket and use it on the batter's person with gratitude. Okay. Impeccable. Your mastery of battle borders on brilliancy, my dear. But there is one thing we have not yet addressed. I am, of course, talking about competences. Competent. Yeah. They are generally, in layman's terms, special moves. They can trigger surprising effects. They may induce a resurgence of health points, or maybe in and of themselves powerful attacks. Nevertheless, any use of competences leads to a consumption of competence points. So I ask that you use these skills sparingly. Once your CP are completely consumed, it will be impossible to carry out heavy assaults. And if you happen to cross swords with a tougher opponent before being able to get some more CP, victory will be uncertain. But try it right away. Choose competence and try using the wide angle, which will allow you to analyze your enemy. Okay. Not appearing cryptic cat. 330. No weaknesses or resistance. You now know not only all about me, but also about the art of combat. About the wide angle, know that its analysis will always be based on the start of the battle. Thus, it may accidentally analyze adversaries you have already knocked out for a long time. The confrontation ends, theoretically, when your health points of your... Ooh, excuse me. When the health points of your team or all of your opponents fall to 0. Take good care of your health if you want a successful career in purification. Okay, from now on, you will be ready to crush all impure obstacles that get in your luminous mission's way. Well, supposing your intelligence is on the same level with your undeniable capability of dealing bat blows to an innocent cat. Be it as it may, your training has not reached its end yet. Let me ask you to follow me, if you still want me as your guide. Okay. Right. Excuse me, I'm just... Okay. Hello, kitty. Ah, yes. To pass through here, you will need to use your cerebral organ. You know, the one bathing flabbily in your tired cranium. I believe those floating blocks correspond to the symbols you can see on the wall in some way or other. Okay. I'm assuming I gotta go look at this thing again. Can I look in this window? Can't see what's inside. Okay. 4, 4. Well, this doesn't help any. It doesn't really help because there's not an 8 or a 7. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. That was more difficult than it should have been. Hello, kitty. What do I do? Is there a problem, my dear pictorial heroes? I am not your genitor. I cannot do everything for you. Nonetheless, may I dare suggest you wage activating certain ones of these strange floating blocks more than one time if required. Oh, okay, he's just telling me you're dumb. Why did you pick me? That's not it. Okay. One, two. Okay, wait. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, I got it. I'm smart. Aha! Finally, after all that exertion, the eagerly awaited recompense makes its entrance into the scene. Are you eating food? Crunch, nom nom crunch. That's horrifying, okay? Okay, hold on. This is the one from upstairs. Okay. So I'm gonna go do this one real quick. Let's go, guy. Good thing this guy walks kind of fast. Okay. 448287 C. 40. I don't really know what that is. Okay, so I need to write this down because I'm dumb. Well, I would if I had... There we go. Okay, I still would if I had a pencil. I have a whole drawer of markers here. Okay. Let's see. 448287 C. Alright. Okay. We can do this. Shit. Shit. Okay. We'll just ignore that happened. I'm good at Vigigams. Okay. 4. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 8. Ooh. 7. This one. Oh, hey, can I go here? Oh, hey! A piece of silver flesh has been found. Great! That's what I wanted. Bye, kitty. Oh, cool. What's this? Here's an accessory that is going to be especially helpful on your purifying quest, dear enlightened student and supportive friend. Or sportive friend. It is a cube hovering in the hovering in midair, as you have likely noticed. Nevertheless, you will be able to differentiate it from similar ones by the contrast of bad taste it imposes on your view of its clashing color, defying any sensible course of plastic arts. However, do not judge it too quickly, because despite its criticizable appearance, this red cube is of undeniable use. Aside from rendering you the entirety of your health and competence points, it is capable of saving your progress and sending you to the nothingness. The nothingness is a lieu of transition outside of space itself, where you can travel from one point to another at the speed of light. I now invite you to try it out in order to discover locations more populous than this deserted land. Open your wings, my dear companion, and hurry away towards the following zones without hesitation. Your only enemy is the fear that will grab you. Okay. Do not worry, I too travel a lot through the different zones of the world. We will newly meet one another eventually, without a doubt. Ah, by the by, take this. This object of curious name will be the key that permits you to enter Zone 1. I have clarified that you can at any time consult your inventory and your characteristics by pressing the escape key. Some fraps things in the way. I can't see what I got. It'll be fine. Probably luck card. Let's look. Yeah, a luck ticket. Equip. This guy. Herald bat. Cool. Let's confidence points completely restored. Is this save game? Yeah. Return to nothingness. Yes.